Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is me Daud Salim and it's gonna be my second YouTube video on indeterminate cases and math. So before starting the video, I would like to tell you that please do subscribe to my YouTube channel Math Club. So firstly I would like to tell you in this video I will discuss two cases. The one case is like dividing a number by infinity, and the another case is that infinity minus infinity, why doesn't it answer 0, and what is the answer of infinity minus infinity. So firstly I would like to tell you infinity isn't a number. If you think of very biggest, very largest number, so infinity is far bigger than that. Or similarly, if you think about a number and the number is so smaller, infinity is far smaller than that number as well. Alright, so we have seen in mathematics mostly if we divide a number a divided by infinity, we just write it 0. But why and what is the reason behind that? Dividing a number by infinity, it answers 0. Actually I will prove this for 1, because we can write it as as any number and we are dividing it by infinity, so we can write it as a into 1 divided by infinity. That's why I'm just proving this result for 1 by infinity. Alright, since previously we have proved that 1 divided by 0 is equal to infinity, as in the previous video yesterday I just uploaded, and you will get the link of that video in the description box of this video as well. We have proved that 1 divided by 0 or any number a divided by 0 is equals to infinity. So we can write it as 1 divided by infinity is equal to 1 divided by 1 by 0, because 1 divided by 0 is equal to infinity. We just know this. So 1 divided by infinity can be written as 1 divided by 1 divided by 0, because of this reason, because we have just proved it. So this further implies that 1 divided by 0, and similarly 1 multiply by, this is 1 multiply by 0 by 1. Like division, we have just changed it, you know that. So 0 divided by 1, it is equal to 0. How? If we're dividing a number 0 divided by 1, we can just write it as, instead of 0 we can write a minus a, where a is any natural number, real number, or whatever, it is a kind of number. Further we can write it as a divided by 1 minus a divided by 1. So both will cancel and it will result 0. So dividing a number, dividing 0 by 1 or 0 by any number, we get 0, and multiplying 1 by 0, so we got 0. That is the reason 1 divided by infinity answers us 0. This is the simple proof, and it's very basic level proof. I'll just prove it as. So similarly, next is prove that infinity minus infinity is not equal to 0. Alright, let us suppose on contrary that infinity minus infinity is equal to 0. In mathematics, might be you are aware of this thing, in most of the cases, sometimes if we are proving a theorem, so we just suppose on contrary base, then we do calculation and we are proved wrong on the basis of our knowledge. We just said that we were wrong and our supposition was wrong. So let us do the same scenario here. Let us suppose on contrary that infinity minus infinity is equal to 0. This is said equation number 1. Since we know that infinity plus infinity is equal to infinity, infinity is the biggest idea, if we are adding infinity, it is the largest idea. This one is the largest idea, this one is also the largest idea. So if we do add them, so we will get again a largest idea. This is simply we don't need to prove infinity plus infinity is equal to 0. Infinity. So tell this equation number 2. Substitute 2 in 1, or just put equation number 2 in 1. Instead of 1 infinity, we have to put infinity plus infinity. So instead of this infinity, we are putting infinity plus infinity, and minus, so minus infinity is equal to 0. This is 0. Again we can just write it as infinity plus infinity. We just remove the brackets. Infinity plus infinity minus infinity is equal to 0. This infinity came on its place, and infinity minus infinity is equal to 0 because we have assumed that. Here we assume that. So we can write infinity minus infinity is equal to 0. So we can write 0 instead of these two terms. This further implies that infinity is equal to 0, which is totally false. So infinity minus infinity is not equals to 0 because infinity cannot be equals to 0. This is totally false sentence. Because we have considered that infinity, it's a far bigger than our imagination. Now if infinity minus infinity is not equals to 0, so then it could be equal to something. Now we are to show that infinity minus infinity is equal to undefined. Like we don't have the proper answer. If we do subtract infinity from infinity, so we do not have any proper answer in math. We just again write it as infinity. Now let's suppose again we have to prove this thing, like infinity minus infinity is equal to infinity. Again suppose on contradiction that infinity minus infinity is equal to n. Like we are just supposing, we have to prove that infinity minus infinity is equal to infinity, but we are supposing it on contradiction base, on contrary base, that infinity minus infinity is equal to n. Let's say that this is equation number 3. Since we know that infinity plus infinity is equal to infinity, it is a straightforward equation. This is a straightforward equation. So suppose this is equation number 4. Then again substituting equation number 4 in 3, we get that instead of this infinity you can write infinity plus infinity, because infinity plus infinity is equal to infinity. So we can just write it as infinity plus infinity minus on its own place and infinity on its own place is equal to n. Then remove the braces from these two and put this bracket, enclose this infinity minus infinity in the bracket is equal to n. Infinity plus n, like the next equation will be infinity plus n, because infinity minus infinity we have chosen it as it is equal to n. So infinity is equal to n minus n. If we do subtract n from both sides, so we will get this equation, and further this equation implies that infinity is equal to 0, which is not possible, and this is a contradiction. And this contradiction arises due to our wrong supposition that infinity minus infinity is equal to n. Hence we are forced to accept that infinity minus infinity is equal to undefined. We don't have any answer for this in math, unfortunately. So this completes the proof. If you guys have any question, any query related these two cases, so you may ask me in the comment section. I will definitely answer you, and the next part of this video will be uploaded inshallah tomorrow, and you will get all these videos related to indeterminate cases in the playlist of my YouTube channel. So until then, stay blessed and assalamu alaikum.